What up? What's happening, everybody? Welcome back. Blood Splatter Chatter, doing some bonus blood here on a Sunday, talking Army of Darkness. Not to be confused with Army of the Dead. Army of the Darkness, or Army of Darkness, aka Evil Dead 3 by Sam Raimi, starring Bruce Campbell. And I have with me the two geeks from different streets, my brothers, Spicy Red Thunder and Tiny Ash, Peter and Eric. What up, fellas? Appreciate you.
Thank you. I have a tiny ash.
Yeah.
So this is the third, obviously the third movie in the series, and the third movie that the three of us have done together in this series. And I always preface these by saying this is Eric, dude to the right of me here, or left, depending on how you have. I have my screen reversed, so I have no idea where he is. I think he's over there though. But this was, correct me if I'm wrong, this is like your favorite of the horror franchises, right? And this one was like maybe what your favorite from childhood. Am I remembering that correctly?
Yeah. No, it's definitely my favorite one that I like saw a lot on like a lot of sleepovers. I think it's kind of like the perfect B movie. So yeah, it's my favorite franchise, and rewatching this just because it's like what like media is just like not allowed to do anymore. It just changes so much from the beginning. You know, I kind of compare it to Dragon Ball, which starts as a comedy fantasy and then becomes an action sci-fi drama. And I'm like, I love that Evil Dead starts as like straight up horror and horror comedy, and then kind of action comedy with some spooks. I just love how each movie's so different and unique, which makes it like really interesting to come back to for a podcast or a YouTube channel.
Hey, well, it's like you can see Sam Raimi, like you can see his career trajectory leading him to the Spider-Man movies. You know what I mean? He's like working his way there, and I think this is the biggest one. Plus, he did Darkman right before this. So these two combined, you could really see where he's headed. But the other part of that is that Peter, correct me, I'm pretty sure I'm right. You've never seen any of these, right? You've never seen any of them in the series, not the remake, not the one that came out a couple years ago. So first time watch.
Yeah, I think like before you had me watch the first one, the only Sam Raimi movies I've seen were Spider-Man and Doctor Strange.
Oh, have you ever seen Darkman?
I never have.
It's a good movie.
It is. It was. I didn't even. I always forget that that's a Sam Raimi movie. Like I grew up loving it. It's pretty much like a comic book movie starring Liam Neeson. It's like a
comic book movie before you could do comic book movies because it was lame back then.
Right. It was a pretty big hit though, and that's the other thing I was going to say is in my mind I always think the story is like I know that the reason why he did Evil Dead in the first place is just because it was the easiest way to make a buck on the least amount of money. So like, what do? Let's get a cabin in the woods. And, it was like the easiest way for them to make a movie. And then he tried another movie after that called Crime Wave, and it did terrible. So he's like, all right, fucking Evil Dead 2. And then he did Evil Dead 2, and it was a bit of a bigger success. And then I always forget about Darkman. I always think like, damn. And then he kept trying. He couldn't do anything. So he's like, whatever, Evil Dead 3. We'll just do it again. But Darkman in 1990, 3 years before this, was a pretty big success. It had, I think, like a $10-11 million budget, and they made like $40-50 million on that. So he was making his way, and that's probably why Universal gave him the money to make this, which was like a $12-13 million budget. I think it only did like 20-25 million. So it made its money back and then some a little bit. This is the biggest budget he'd had to work on in this series so far.
There wasn't some like knowledge because they ended Evil Dead 2 on the cliffhanger of him getting transported through time.
No, and I think they did, in the back of their mind, they were saying they could do it. I'm just saying in my mind, the story I had told myself doesn't jive with reality. I thought because I always just look at it, and I guess it's kind of true. Like he's not that big of a horror guy. That's why he spent so much of his career doing non-horror stuff and kept getting pulled back into Evil Dead. And he's like, well, fuck it. If I'm going to do an Evil Dead movie, I'm going to do it the way I want to do it. And he didn't
put me in a box. Put me in a box.
He didn't really make an Evil Dead movie, which has always been kind of my issue with it.
Yeah.
I didn't grow up with any of these movies either. Like I don't think I saw any of these until I was an adult, to be honest with you. And then I grew to love Evil Dead 1 and Evil Dead 2. And then every time I went to Army of Darkness, I was always a little bit like, why, Sam Raimi? Why did you do
That's why I love it. It's
with
so
the franchise. Weird. I really think it's like that. If you grew up with it, it's way easier to. That's why I'm curious when we get to you, Peter, like what your thoughts on it are. But I think it's easier, obviously, to grow up with this movie, and you're gonna fuck. Yeah, it's hard to show this to a 13-year-old and them not to adore it. I bet.
Yeah,
and you don't really question tone or like consistency in a franchise. You're like, all right, this time he goes back in time and he makes a robot hand and he fights skeletons. Yeah,
or remember that like just 24 hours ago, he was a teenager with driving a cab.
It was like the main discussion throughout the movie for us. We were like, wow, this is a day. His girlfriend died like not even 24 hours ago.
Right. And they forgot about the other like 2 or 3 friends, or the other 2 friends that were with them that just
And
get left
his
out of
sister.
all the recaps. I never get that. But all right, so let's just go around. Let's start with you, Eric, since this was your favorite growing up. Why do you love it, and how was did you guys watch it together, by the way?
We did. Cuddling on the couch.
I love it.
And his
You guys are
dog
so
was
cool.
there. It's
Yeah.
I
awesome.
bet.
We
Dolly.
had pizza. And Eric, what else did you bring? Oh, wings. Eric brought
I brought wings. Yeah.
Peter brought weed. Just
I did.
He did. He provided it.
We walked my dog and smoked a joint before watching the movie.
as one should before watching this movie.
It's it's that kind of movie.
How was the rewatch?
Excellent. It's always a fun movie to me. Like I kind of call it now the perfect B movie. You know, it's kind of, as I was watching, I was like, oh, it's kind of like the Wizard of Oz. It's obviously a set. It's obviously like, even though you say the budget's pretty high and the highest budget he has, it has a very like, I don't know, very old, low budget feel to it at times.
Sure. And it's bigger than its budget. Like the idea is bigger than that $12 million budget.
But it like kind of embraces its cheesiness in a way. It's like, oh, this is like a play. This is fun as fuck. I really enjoyed it. I just always like this movie. I think this time I was like, some of these effects aren't as good as I remember, especially with the many frozen skeletons as they get hit by the car. But I always like the movie. It's always just a good time. It's just a fun, simple slasher, gory time. Not that gory, but you know, just romp with a guy with a chainsaw fighting.
Not that gory.
Not as gory as like the other ones or other movies.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I think that's what always
look at the guy to my left over here, or my right.
Right. But I think like if you look,
that's scabby.
It's more comparable to like an Indiana Jones movie or like a Star Wars movie. Like it fits more in that world than it does in the Evil Dead world, with a little bit gnarlier makeup. But like a movie like The Goonies or something. There's some really, scary.
Well, Ash feels so much more like a larger than life character now than like an actual adventurer.
Right.
You know, or an actual guy that just stumbled into this. He feels way more like a Han Solo or an Indiana. Where he's like, go, man, you go.
I thought that exact thing. Like, especially like Han Solo, the reluctant hero that doesn't, he doesn't think he's a hero, that he gets sucked in at the end. It's a lot of that. And then what's the movies? Samurai. I'm forgetting the original, the name of it. But the Magnificent Seven was the remake of it. Seven Samurais.
Seven Samurais, yeah.
You know what I mean?
I disagree with the reluctant hero. I think he secretly loves it, but he knows it's not cool to want it, so he has to pretend. He's kind of like negging everyone, just like, oh, I have to solve all your problems, but really, he's like, I love this attention.
Deep down inside.
I think it's a little bit of both. Yeah, I think it's a little bit of that.
He got to kiss 2 different women in this movie.
I think it's not so much on like, I don't want to save people, I don't want to be the hero. I think it's more, I want to do it on my time, and I need a nap. Damn it!
Yeah, right.
I think it's more that. That's his issues. That he's finally like, you know what? I'll power through. I'll drink some coffee. I'll make love to these 2 women.
But I'm going to say my weird catchphrases, and no one's going to judge me.
Yeah, exactly. Which teaser? The little game that we're going to play in just a little bit here, it has to do with the many catchphrases.
Oh,
because that's like the big thing that I think this movie is most known for. We did it when we did Scream 1. We did a Scream quote quiz. So that's what we're going to do in a little bit here. I'll give you, actually, we could probably jump into it pretty fucking quickly here.
Yeah.
Because that's the other thing I was telling you guys ahead of time. These are weird to prepare for.
It's hard to talk about comedies. It's subjective, you know.
And what else do you do other than be like, what's the funniest moment you got? Because all it is gag after gag. There's not many characters outside of Ash to really get into and break down.
There are no other characters.
There's not any plot points to really get to. I mean, there's great moments that I really
doubled
love.
Ash. No, I'm sorry,
there's so little characters that there's 2 Ashes.
There's more than 2 Ashes. There's a bunch of tiny Ashes, and then does Siamese Ash or Evil Ash have a name? Is it
I don't know.
Evil Ash. He's just Evil Ash.
Does he? I guess you don't have to spoil this. Like, does he show up in other movies in the future?
I think in the TV show there's allusions to him. I don't know if he actually returns or it's like a hallucination. But I remember there is like a copy Ash again.
Okay, so He's not big enough to have like a nickname by the fandom.
I think he's just called Evil Ash. That's
Evil
his
Ash.
nickname.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's the thing, is because there's also Evil Ash from Part 2, when just Ash himself.
That's
becomes
true.
Evil
That's
Ash.
the thing.
Oh,
it
the one in
might
the mirror?
also be that Evil Ash that I'm
Yeah.
thinking of from the
Okay.
TV show.
Right.
Which
By the way, that's on Prime now for free.
it's
So-
such a good show. Oh, it's on Prime. Oh,
Yeah.
I have Prime.
And this movie is on Prime because it's not streaming anywhere for free, so I went to rent it, and it was on sale to buy for like $4. So you can buy the digital copy of Army of Darkness for $4, and then which I'm going to check out tonight because it hasn't been for streaming for free anywhere for quite some time, is the TV show.
It's an amazing show. I'm watching this movie again. This might have been the first time I've seen the movie since I watched the show. I'm not sure. It made me realize how much of this movie kind of feels like a beta of the show.
Right.
You know, the show really blends the two together well. I think as someone who likes Evil Dead a bit more than Army of Darkness, you might like it because it takes like the energy of Army of Darkness, but it's more gory and spooky and a little bit more horror-y at times. But it definitely has the one-liners. It has all the action. It has the Ash. I think almost every episode, Ash jumps at one point and gets his chainsaw in his hand and starts revving up.
He's really good at that.
He's
great
he's
at it.
The best I've seen.
That's what I love. He's this guy now. He's not capable of anything.
He can build
killing
a
deadites.
robotic prosthetic hand.
But he can only do it in regards to killing deadites. I think you're build a robotic hand so people who've lost limbs in the war could use it. I don't know. But as soon as he's I know how to apply this to killing deadites, he's just a genius. And that's kind of what this movie and the show is a bunch of people that are traumatized by constant, death from these deadites. And then he's just this one asshole shows up. It's I guess we have to deal with this man while he deals with our infestation problem.
I love that he has the chemistry book with no explanation. Why would this guy that works at S-Smart have a chemistry 101 book? If thank God he did.
Because he was a freaking student, right? Isn't he
my issue with the chemistry 101 book was I said to Peter, when he built the arm, he didn't need to refer to anything when he built the robot hand with medieval tools. But him making bullets, and gunpowder and everything was too far. That was too unbelievable. He needed a book for that.
That's hilarious.
The chemistry 101 made perfect sense to me because I still was he's either in high school or college and his supermarket job is part-time.
Yeah, so it's his girlfriend's book, I think. She's
the nerd.
Yeah.
He would never be
much more believable. Seriously.
Also, I need to apologize. We're currently experiencing a thunderstorm here in New York, and my dog is very
Are
upset.
we?
Golly, it's gonna be okay.
Yeah,
it's okay. On cue.
Yeah,
On
she's
cue.
Scared.
Don't worry about her. She's all right.
I'm just hearing it. Ooh, do you feel the thunder?
I was
gonna say red thunder.
I was gonna ask you guys your favorite moments and favorite gags, which I will, but I figure let's pull up this little shindig right here because what this is, like I said, this is gonna show you guys the beginning of a line. It's gonna stop before the quote that I want, and here's what I think these will be pretty easy for you, Eric.
I don't know because this one, I'm realizing as I think about it, I'm mixing. I know the show because I watch the show way more. I could give you a bunch of one-liners right now from that, but right now I'm having that moment. You when someone asks you for a song, and you're like, I've never known a song.
Name a woman.
These are gonna these will prompt you a little bit. I have a feeling you'll do a little bit better than you think you would do. But let's start. Peter, I'll start with you, and then if
you explain the rules again? Because I got distracted thinking of Army of Dankness would be.
I'm going to show you guys the beginning of a clip. I'll show you a video clip, and it's going to pause right before the line that I want from you.
Okay,
and then you say it, and I'll come back and I will complete the line.
I'm going to be terrible at this, but let's do it.
Hey, you don't know. You might be all right, and Eric's there to help you. Christina Payne.
Really?
What up? So I'll start with you, Peter. This is the first line. There might be a little second or two delay. But here we go, coming up in just a second.
All right, you primitive screwheads, listen up. See this? This.
Come on. This is the biggest line of the movie. That's why it's the first question.
Boomstick? This is my boomstick?
Yeah.
Nailed
this is my boomstick.
This is my boomstick.
My boomstick. If you didn't get that one, I would instantly be really worried about this segment. I would be like, oh shit. Oh shit. So you guys in the chat, feel free to play along. Kenneth Berg, Christina Payne, hit that like button. And Eric, this one will be for you, my brother.
Lady, I'm afraid I'm going to have to ask you to leave the store.
Who the hell are you?
Name's Ash.
Do you know what he says?
Housewares.
Housewares,
Oh,
baby.
good
Yeah.
Name's Ash. Housewares.
I love that so goddamn much. What up, Sal? Appreciate you being here, my brother. Play along. Play along. I'm up, Peter. Now, these might get pretty tricky, but I don't expect you to really know too many. You've only watched it once, right?
I already got one. That's all I care about. I did watch
All right, perfect. You guys are tied at one. Play along.
Sure, I could have stayed in the past. Could have even been king. But in my own way, I am king.
Oh,
What's he
God.
say?
Oh, God. Something derogatory, I think. or misogynistic.
Actually, not that.
No,
More
something
just cocky.
egotistical.
Yeah,
as hell.
egotistical. Yeah,
Is it like give me some sugar or something like that?
No, it's a great guess, though.
Yeah.
Eric?
Hail to the king, baby.
Hail to the
Ah,
king.
okay. I do now. I remember.
Hail to the king, baby.
So good. Now, is that the third woman he kisses in the movie, or is that the
I
second?
think that's the second. I don't remember him kissing two women, but now I remember that line
Well,
because
there's
that weird moment.
Kissing.
it's that weird moment of like, it's like he's responding to the voiceover, the
Yes.
narration.
Yeah, exactly.
So it's just like he's read. It's like how Scrubs acknowledges it. Like sometimes
Yeah.
JD just trails off looking, and then he comes back and says a random sentence.
right. Everybody's looking
And like
at him.
Ash is very believably a guy that would be like everyone is like following my inner thoughts, right?
Right.
Yeah, everyone's
They're
listening to
that
my inner
great.
monologue.
They're that great.
All right. So well played, boys. Eric, you got two. You're whooping Peter's ass. He's got
good
one.
steal.
this one's for you, Eric.
Right, let's see.
Go.
Oh.
Let's see if Peter can answer this, Eric,
Oh,
because I know
God.
you can. I know you can. What's he say? What's he say?
Does he say groovy?
He says groovy. Oh,
Groovy baby?
Groovy. Nailed it. You nailed
Nice.
it.
perfect,
Okay.
You
perfect.
nailed it.
Yeah, that's
All
like
right.
that's his catchphrase.
Eric, now I'll send this one to you because that one, you know what I mean? If it's so damn,
Yeah.
I wanted Peter to get that one. Eric, this
Yeah. Give Eric the one without training wheels.
I get
Swallowed the juice, said the
one, hold on, sorry.
it.
What up, Two
Yeah.
Good, my brother? Appreciate you popping in, my man.
Dude, I get it. I steal one from Peter so Peter gets a handout.
Yeah, well, that's what he deserves.
No, yeah, exactly. Exactly.
swallowed the juice, said the words, and here I am.
Did you say the words right this time?
You don't got to get it exactly. Give me the gist.
Okay, well, I was genuinely gonna say like I got the gist of it, but then you said give me the gist. I'm like, that's throwing me now. I don't really know. Is it like mostly or like yeah?
I said some of the words.
Pretty much.
I
You
said some of
guys,
the words.
you guys are on the right track. He says,
Shut up, Sam Raimi, you dork. That's
He
what
says-
he says.
Well, maybe I didn't say every single tiny little syllable, no, but basically I said them, yeah.
Yeah. I don't know if that's like a super famous quote, but I love the shit out
Well,
of it.
isn't that
He already
very
says it
good
earlier, too.
They kind of do that twice, right?
Yes. Now, I don't have it down, but do you guys know the words?
No, I can't
Klaatu
remember that.
Verada Nikto. It's
Yes.
from The Day the Earth Stood Still, right?
Oh, I don't know about that. I'll take your word
Fucking
for it.
nerd.
I'm gonna look that up because I was like, I'm pretty sure that's from The Day the Earth Stood Still.
All right, Peter. This one's for you, my brother.
It's freaking.
You have any idea?
I need more context.
I know it's a tricky one. This is when the witch pops up. He's about to say a cool line and blow her head off.
Yeah, but it wasn't it like I feel like it was related to something that was happening slightly before that.
No,
Or is it just
I'm
generic?
pretty sure this one's also misogynistic.
very.
Also, it is from
You
The
call her
Day
a
the Earth
crazy
Stood-
bitch.
Close. He calls her a bitch for sure.
It's definitely bitch. That's on him.
Do you have it in its complete form, Eric?
I was looking at the day there stood still. And Klaatu Verana Nikto is from that. Can you play the clip one more time?
Absolutely.
I did not see the motion.
Absolutely.
And then don't forget to answer in a question.
Well, hold on. Yeah.
What is Klaatu Verana?
Well, maybe I didn't say every.
Wait.
Oh my god. This is the worst.
Yeah.
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 You want it?
I think he says
You want this bitch?
No, not that. You want me to just play it?
Yeah, I it's definitely just bitch.
Yo, she bitch.
Yo,
she bitch.
Let's go.
Now I don't even know who we're on. But whatever. Let's just.
Oh my god.
It's just fun. It's
Eric, this one's for you.
Shop smart. Shop S-smart.
Now you would think that's the big quote, but I love what he says right after that. Any idea?
doesn't he just go boom?
Close. It is like something that's just like an exclamative thing.
Eat shit, bitch. He says it to every woman there.
I'm just gonna play it. I'll just play it.
Shop smart. Shop S-smart. You got that?
You got that? I don't know why I love that so much.
That's excellent.
Crazy man with a gun yelling.
All right, Peter. We'll do, this one's for you. We got a few more. I might have made a few too many of these, but it's okay.
I'm
enjoying
I love it.
myself.
Yeah,
All
I
right,
had a good time.
Listen up, because she's gonna talk right away.
You found me beautiful once.
Honey.
Oh.
You found me beautiful once.
I think he calls her ugly.
Yes, he does. I will give you that. He does call
But
her
it's,
ugly.
he's got a poetic way of phrasing it.
You found me beautiful once.
Honey, you got real ugly.
You got real ugly. All right, well done, Peter. You got
close.
2. Eric, you have 4. I'm not even positive about those scores, but it doesn't matter. Play
Sounds
along.
right.
Henry the
Eric, this is for
Oh,
you.
the red.
Duke of Shale, Lord of the Northlands and leader of its peoples.
Well, hello, Mr. Fancy Pants. I got news for you, pal. You ain't leading but 2 things right now.
Ah, it's
Jack
an
and
easy
shit.
one.
And Jack just left town.
Nailed it. Spot
You ain't
on.
leading but 2 things right now. Jack and shit. And Jack left town.
All right, Eric,
That's such
or
a
excuse me,
good one.
Peter, coming up to you right now, baby.
First, you want to kill me.
First, you want to kill me. This is
Oh.
a tricky.
Then you want to kiss me?
Yeah, fucking nailed it. First
First, you want to kill me. Now you want to kiss me. Blow.
Now, what does he
Blow.
say there? Blow?
Whoa.
Blow or bull?
I don't
Why
know.
would it be bowl?
Why would it be
Blow.
blow? Neither
Like
of them
bull,
makes
like
sense.
bullshit. Or he's saying like blow me in the sense of just like fuck off.
I almost take it as
Yeah.
like blow is somehow his way of saying like go away. Like
Yeah.
blow. I don't know.
Yeah.
That's what it's. I've always read it as. All right. Well done, Peter. Eric, this one's for you.
Good.
Good.
Night.
I
I don't know this one.
you don't know it? All right. I'll
No,
just
I
play it.
don't.
Peter, do you happen to remember
I
it?
don't know it.
I feel like it's a pretty big one. It's a good one. It's a good one. Here it comes.
Good. Bad. I'm the guy with the gun.
Oh right.
I'm the guy with the
Yeah.
gun.
I thought I always picture him on like, I always think he's like on the castle when he says that.
Right.
Seems so much more declarative, but he's just an enforced little guy. You know, he's just an enforced little guy.
I think this might be the last one. I'm not sure. There could be 2 more. Peter, it's for you, and it's coming up.
All
on
right.
Say the words.
Oh fuck. Oh damn it.
I forgot that was
We were
on here, and
just
Eric
saying
just
this.
told you. Now, it's not all the words that he says there, but what's he say?
Nick 2 is the last word.
It's the only one he doesn't say.
Yeah. That's the one. That's the one he gets
Complete
wrong.
Wrong answer. Eric, please help me out here.
He says because it's the actual one's Klaatu Verada Nikto, and I think he says Klaatu Verada Nickel.
He says, I'll just.
Oh
put
no,
it-
he says
yeah.
An N-word.
I love what he says.
Klaatu, Murata.
And that's it. That's it, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for playing along.
I love that scene so much where it's like, is it okay if I say it? Can I say it in this situation? And he's a problematic guy, but he's not that bad. So he's like, no, not here.
Do you think that's exactly what they're saying? I know it's an N-word. Do you think that's a joke? Like with
no, I think he was just thinking like, I'll just flub my words and hopefully they think it sounds like what I'm supposed to say. I don't think it was a reference to the N-word.
I don't think it was either. But even him saying the N-word, he says, I know it's an N-word. Were people even saying the N-word in that way in 1993? Like I don't know.
I think so, at least, because I feel like it was socially taboo to say the actual word.
For sure.
So like that's how you would, that's what you say when you don't want to say it. Like if it's just like a context. And I just felt like there's like a second where he's like, and it's like a very, I thought there's like saying it was like, I know, like, his brain just went there after he said it's an N-word.
I wasn't getting that impression.
I laughed very hard at this moment. I think it is that.
I honestly feel like this was the most I had laughed at them because it's like the third time that I've seen it in the last handful of years. And it was like I went in fully, on board with what I was gonna get. And he cracked me up so many fucking times throughout the movie. Honestly, the hardest that I laughed is when he's Evil Ash and he does this like Native American battle call. La, 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 like that kind of thing. That cracked me up so goddamn much. But speaking of that, like I said, because there's not a whole shitload to get into on this one, in my humble opinion, at least with my abilities as a host. So all I have left as my child comes walking in here wearing a Superman outfit is
here.
If you got any favorite moments, come here, baby.
Oh no!
If you have any favorite moments that you want to add,
look at Superman! With a collar too, a fancy Superman.
It's a super girl. I should clarify.
Of course,
super girl, and no, her hair is not done. It's very messy.
It's lovely.
But you got any favorite moments, Eric?
I love the car with the spinning blades. I think it's so rad, and I also love it now because I was kind of laughing at how like it's just obviously skeletons.
Yes,
statuesque skeletons.
There's a bit where there's a skeleton. There's a skeleton on a horse. Taking off with the horse is just like I don't know. The skeleton, the way it's bouncing around, is clearly just a skeleton.
I love that.
Yeah, it was like stop motion in the close up, and then they cut to the wide shot, and it's like an actor on a horse riding next to a horse with a toy skeleton on it.
Right, I love it. You got anything you want to add, Peter?
I got several moments of this is the Ash version of Fantasia. The Disney animated Fantasia,
that's
like
fun
all the tiny Ashes with like coming out in the cabin and like his split self. And there's another moment. It felt like there should be music accompanied to this. Like it was so, especially the tiny Ash scene was so like gimmicky and campy, but in a fun way.
Right.
And like
I'm not saying this as a criticism, but maybe the bit of the reason why I don't love it as much as I could. It's like it's made for kids. More so, the Evil Dead gets campy and slapsticky, but it's still like aimed at adults. And I feel like this is directed at 13-year-old kids.
Yeah, slapsticky that he swallows boiling water.
I love that.
I love that.
I love the performance. Like his ability to make you believe that water is hot.
Yeah,
and that there's
he's such a good actor at this point. In the first Evil Dead, he's so bad, and in this one, he's such a he's Bruce Campbell now. Right. I love how he drinks it because it's like, oh, he's just so battle hardened now. He's just like, I gotta just drink the boiling water.
It makes no sense.
It makes no sense. But it got him out. He was right. It killed him. Berno, do you know about the original ending to this movie?
Okay, that's the original then, where he ends up. I just watched it right before we got rolling. Elaborate, explain it to the folks that don't know.
So the original ending, the actual movie ends with Ash drinking a potion in his car, and he wakes up. It cuts to him at S-Mart, very abruptly, going, well, then I got back, and I got my job back, and now I'm here. But the actual one was, and it kind of transitions better than the theatrical ending, is Ash drinks, falls asleep for a bit too long, and wakes up in the future, past the time, and he wakes up and the entire world is apocalyptic. And
he's got a Rip Van Winkle beard down to his knees.
No! And I think I like the ending scene in the grocery store, so I'm always divided on it. But I also love it's kind of a tradition, like the first two Evil Deads and originally this one end in a cliffhanger. And the Evil Dead show ends on a cliffhanger. I think some, like, maybe not every season, but most seasons end on a cliffhanger. I'm just like, that's just a fun. It feels almost kind of like Twilight Zone-y, you know, like you think the problem's solved and something worse happens, and he's trapped, you know, in different ways. He's trapped in the cabin. He's trapped in the past. He's trapped in the apocalyptic future. It's just kind of fun how that was like a tradition for a while.
Right.
He's a cursed character.
I'd never known that until I just, like, literally right before we got rolling, I watched it. The thing with that, I don't know, in some ways I guess it would be a good thing, depending on what Sam Raimi and Bruce Campbell would want to do, but it would make people clamor for a sequel quicker.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Definitely.
You really want, but it would be harder to write that sequel because now you have to be in a post-apocalyptic world. You're like kind of pigeonholed into like
which one is
what
next?
you could do with it. They didn't the TV show really, because
the
next thing is the remake, which is said to be like Sam Raimi's car that shows up in all of them is in that one. It's at the cabin.
Yeah, but that doesn't.
He says it's a sequel. He says in his mind it's a sequel, but really it's a totally separate thing. It feels like a separate thing.
And it doesn't really work in the continuity of the show because Ash has that car in the show. So unless he leaves it again at the cabin, he goes back, which, you know, he very much might do. Like,
it's pretty much like there's three different universes. There's the original trilogy and the show, and then there's the remake, and then there's Evil Dead Rise, which came out a few years ago, which I really can't remember. Like, I think they call that a sequel too, and maybe there's little things that would tell you. I don't remember specifically.
Bruce Campbell has a very minor cameo when they play like the record of them explaining the book. You hear one guy scream as Bruce Campbell go like, "Try not reading. It's called the Book of the Dead, you idiot," or something like that. So yeah, he has a very minor cameo. It's like a disc from the 1920s. So it's like, oh, he did more time travel.
I like to think he truly is a cursed character, and this is like a weird Groundhog's Day situation where he keeps waking up in the same situation, but it's slightly different each time.
Yeah, no, the show definitely plays into the idea he's a cursed guy. Like he's
like a John McClane, like wrong place, wrong time.
Well, they mentioned it in the book in this movie that he's like the child of prophecy or the prophesized one. Yeah, that he's like the savior. They mentioned it very briefly that he's like the prophesized one.
Oh, okay.
And
in this movie, one, right?
Yeah, in this one, yeah. That like becomes a recurring thing that like he's attached to the book in a way, and is always going to follow him. And it's rad. He runs away to Jacksonville, Florida at one point, and he can't get away from it.
as
hell on earth.
I just wanted to mention, I've got my little notes here. I guess we already touched on it, but I think that's my favorite little chunk of the movie is when he goes and he finds the three books. Just that whole thing, they're just the set and everything. And it's the most like gothic feel that you get in the movie. They're in like a graveyard type setting. It just looks cool. Everything he does with the books, when he gets his face elongated,
long face,
fingers and all that, like that looks so goddamn good. The book that I watched this with my kid, by the way, because I was like, "This is fine."
This is the one for a kid to watch. If you're going to pick
no
one
tree
of the
rape
Evil
in this
Deads,
one, it's fine.
Her favorite moment is when the book bites his hand. She loved it. She was like, the book got him. But I love that too. That whole section of the movie is my favorite. And I have grown to like, I think the first time that I watched it is when it started to lose me is the mirror ashes and all the miniature ashes. I was like, okay, this is more like Kitty than I'm expecting. But
That's why I thought Fantasia.
Yeah, I love
like Mickey and the brooms.
The shot of him from down below, and he's London Bridge is falling. I mean, and we haven't mentioned much about like the thing that is consistent in all these is the camera work. Like he's got that same crazy editing, and like the camera work is unreal. The filmmaking is great. For me, the reason why this will get us into the rating and our rankings, because we could rank the three that we've seen. This for sure is my least favorite. And I will say this is blasphemy to a lot of people. It's my least favorite of the franchise. I think the Evil Dead remake is fucking fire. And Peter, I think I have a feeling. I'm curious. Like I think you will like it, and it might be your favorite.
I think he will too. I think he will too.
This one or the second one?
The remake. The one that's it's from
Oh,
2013.
the one we'll watch next.
The one we'll do next. I think that if I had to guess, that would be your favorite.
Okay.
It's not. I would just say I like it better than this, and I would say I even like Evil Dead Rise. I loved Evil Dead Rise when it came out. It's basically you replace the cabin with a apartment. I think in New York.
I think it's
like
I
New
think
York.
it's West Coast.
Okay. All right. Some
never
city.
mind then. I'm out.
Some city. So, but it's. I think it's great. A lot of people. I'm always weirded out by how many people didn't like it. There's people that love it and people that hate it. And I really don't understand the hate for it at all.
I liked it, but I hated it. You know, it was like a great horror movie, but unlike the other Evil Deads, where it's like, oh, this is fun and zany. It's like Evil Dead 2 and Army Dark is like, this is so horrible.
Right.
So many people, and it's really well done. But I have an irk with it, but that's what it's trying to do.
And
I don't understand how you can not like it.
Hopefully we'll get there. Before we rate it, I will just say we have loosely agreed upon to get back together some point in August during Horror Fest, and we're going to talk about the remake, and then hopefully we'll be able to knock out Evil Dead Rise before some point in 2026. I think is when the next Evil Dead is coming out.
Wow.
I forget the name of it. So that would be cool. That would be cool to be caught up by the time that came out. I think that should be the goal.
That'd be fun.
But go ahead and kick it off for us, Eric, with your rating on this one and
it's
and ranking the first three. Of course.
Ranking the first three. This one I gotta give like a 5 out of 5 because I feel like it's doing exactly what it's trying to do perfectly. You know, it's trying to be a cheesy, fun action comedy with a lot of slapstick, and it nails that. And Bruce Campbell, this is like Bruce Campbell I know. You know, this is the guy who's making cameos in all the Spider-Mans. This is the most charming guy. He has to ask me.
I want him to make a cameo as Ash from Part 1. Just come in and play that character for a few minutes.
Like he just stands up, has something to say, then he just sits down. So I'd give it like a 5 out of 5 if that's the numbers that we're doing. And I have to say probably in the orders, I'd say Army of Darkness, Original Evil Dead, and then Evil Dead 2.
Nice.
Nice.
Because that's why I asked, because I respect any order.
Evil Dead 2 is, and it's hard. They're all different. Evil Dead 2 is a really good balance of like what Army of Darkness and what Evil Dead was. You know, it's like the perfect bridge. So I'm sure another day I'd put Evil Dead 2 right in the middle, but Army of Darkness first. Always.
I love it. Mr. Peter, Tiny Ash. What's your rating for Army of Darkness?
You know, Tiny Ash.
I'm gonna give this a 3.5 out of 5 stars.
Fair.
I thought it was more Sam Raimi and gimmicky, but maybe not in the way I was expecting it to be. I don't know. I'm still figuring out how I feel about these movies. I'm noticing a pattern of just like it's a lot of Bruce Campbell just screaming a lot of the time. That's right. That's really a lot of the scenes
and making facial expressions
which is fun.
Could you imagine? Just so random, but I just thought of it, or I thought of it yesterday. I wanted to say it. Couldn't you picture Jim Carrey as Ash? Like, wouldn't he have crushed it? I think Bruce Campbell, he wouldn't have maybe done better than Bruce Campbell, but he's the other one that could have done it.
When he had his like face elongated at one point, I was like, he looks like Jim Carrey. He literally looks like Jim Carrey.
He kind of is making a Jim Carrey face on the left Ash there.
Right.
Can't see my hand.
Yeah.
But yeah, it just like it gets to these moments of just like, oh, we're doing this again, where it's just Ash reacting and screaming. And I don't want to knock anyone for enjoying that because Bruce Campbell is amazing and the camera work is great. But I think for me, it's like it's a reason I don't watch a lot of animes because I just get so tired of the monologue after monologue after monologue.
Right.
Which I know is like not a popular opinion.
It's always about the monologue. It's like, I need to push past my limits to save them.
I want fucking shit to happen. And I guess shit is happening in these movies. But anyway, yes, 2.5 out of 5. I will rank them. I got to remember the other two, to be honest.
Which you've only seen each one of them one time now. So
I think I'm going to go 1, 3, 2.
2 being your least favorite. So you guys
think so.
You guys both have 2 at third, which is so interesting to me.
Yeah.
I think I always go back and forth. I will give this. I'm right there with you, Peter, for my ranking or for my rating for this one. 3.5.
Okay.
3.5. I could have given it like a 3 in the past. This is the time I appreciated it the most, and that I was like, I really appreciated the filmmaking and the camera work and just Bruce Campbell to the max, and the bigness of it. That they were able to go from where they were at as filmmakers and get to this point and make this big production and just like kind of make it on their own terms and kind of not caring too much about what the fan base thought. Okay, hold on, baby. Hold on.
Supergirl.
I'm about to get my ranking.
What's her ranking? What's her ranking?
So my ranking, I'm gonna go Evil Dead 2 number 1, Evil Dead 1 a close number 2.
Who's on first?
What's on first? And then Army of Darkness third. And since I've seen the other ones semi-freshly, as of right now, maybe I'll change my mind after we watch them. Like I said, this is my least favorite of the series, but I do respect it. And I appreciate and people like my brother Two Gun Pedro and people like my brother Spicy Red Thunder and people like my brother Dylan from Dylan's Horror Show that love it. And everybody that I've talked to that like loves it grew up with it. I think it's almost impossible for someone in their 30s or fucking early 40s, very early 40s, okay, very early, to really love the movie.
Basically, so early you're in your 30s.
Yeah, I feel like I'm in my 30s. Not even looking at 50s yet.
40's the new 30, so you're 30.
Two Guns saying ranking Army of Darkness, his number 1, Evil Dead 2, his number 2, and Evil Dead 1, his number 1. They're so close, especially 1 and 2.
I'm glad you gave 2 1, Verno, because I was like, after Peter gave it number 3, I'm like, it needs some love. It needs some love.
It's so good.
Great movie. It's a great movie.
For me, and again, someone who really is not, I feel, a part of this genre that well, and didn't grow up watching these movies. It's just like I see like these basically kind of like nobodies making the first one, and that's like so cool how they made it on like such a small budget and stuff like that. And then the second one, they kind of just like did it again but different, and that confuses me.
Right. And the third one, they did it again but different, but in the past.
Which it was a little nostalgic. I was like, when they did the tiny ash scene, I was like, okay, he's in a cabin again. Like we're getting like an homage. But it was like this movie was different. It stands out.
Right.
And that's why by default 2 is at the bottom for me.
I feel that. And I get something I meant to mention at the front. I was always a little bit confused as to why this isn't Evil Dead 3. And I guess it was pressure. Like there's behind the scenes footage of Bruce Campbell being like, hey, we're on the set here of Evil Dead 3. And like, so that's what they were calling it at the time. But I guess it was pressure from Universal who put the money up for it.
That's very interesting.
I thought it was too. What I thought.
Yeah, because back then they would have called it Army of Darkness 3, no problem.
Right. Well, I mean,
Evil Dead 3.
No, yeah, I know what you meant. They wanted to, like, Evil Dead wasn't as big then as it is now. All these movies grew cult followings like after they came out.
So do you think they were trying to?
They wanted to separate themselves and like make it not seem like a small horror movie, and kind of name it more appropriately to what it is. Because it is so different.
So like,
this gives people like
people who didn't see the first,
and it gives them like a defense. It's not Evil Dead. It's Army of Darkness.
Exactly.
That's also what I think is so cool about it, because you look at like other horror franchises that had way more entries, like Friday the 13th. Like at some point they always mix in a little bit of comedy and a little bit more action stuff, like in Friday the 13th Part 6. But there's always like a hesitancy, whether it's from the studios or the creators, to be like, no, we gotta go back. We gotta go back to like the horror. We gotta include like the classic formula. But I feel like Evil Dead is so cool because they're just like, we're gonna embrace this fully. This is different. It's the same character, it's the same world, but we're doing something different. It's a whole universe, and I feel like that's like, and it's interesting how Army of Darkness is kind of, when it's brought up in comics and stuff, there's always Esmar and all this other stuff. You know, I feel like that its dedication is to be like, we're something different. Like we're changing this, makes it that unique. And the fact it's connected to very different movies is just a fun, interesting tidbit if you like Army of Darkness first, you know?
Right.
And don't forget, this movie showed tits.
Right. It's true.
Oh, it did.
Dude, you know what?
From a distance.
You know, my one other like criticism that I have, and I think why I'm never like fully on board.
You say criticism or titticism?
Titticism.
Oh!
Well, it's a criticism of the titties. No, it's not. It's that it really is kind of, because it's the if I bought into the love story, I think the ending would work way better for me. I don't really care that much about him saving this castle in the past and its people. To a degree, they spend a little bit of time where he's training them and shit like that. But imagine, excuse me, if they did like a real believable love story, and you really bought into their relationship, because there's nothing at the end. He's like, he just leaves her, and nobody feels bad about it. If they just would have like landed that, it would work a little bit better as a story and as a whole to me.
Yeah,
like
I
have to shut my mic off. I really got to get this out of my throat.
Do it, Eric.
Oh, look at that motion.
Yeah,
Ooh.
Eric, comment on that.
Oh, that was vigorous, powerful, manly.
I feel
the most masculine thing on this show right now. I think you're gonna really like. I would also love to do an episode on Ash vs. Evil Dead. I think you're really gonna like it because some of the things that you have, I think the things that you like of Army of Darkness and the things you're critical of, they do a pretty good balancing act. And I think one of the things is like the people he hooks up with on in the show. It's like, yeah, I'm someone that would hook up with a skis bag like this, or like, or they're like equally damaged. Literally, like text me when you watch the openings. The opening is like one of the best openings of like a pilot I've ever seen, and it's like very much like, yeah, that's the type of woman Ash would be able to woo successfully.
I love it. All right, perfect. Well, I appreciate you, fellas, man. Let's go ahead and wrap this bad boy up. You guys in the chat that hung out with us, appreciate you. Two Gun Pedro, Christina Payne, Sal popping in. Appreciate you guys. And this Thursday, we're kicking it off, people. This is two things we got going on the show. We are 2 episodes away from wrapping up our Road to Halloween series, which is based. It's been fucking awesome. I've really enjoyed it. But we've been doing like a history of the slasher genre kind of thing, going back to 1960. And I'll let Eric finish fucking with his mic. Okay.
My mic fell out of its stand. I'm sorry.
No, you're right. But we've went back to 1960 with Psycho and Peeping Tom, and we've been watching the movies that kind of led up to the slasher boom of the 80s and seeing how like the slasher subgenre evolved. It's been really cool. We have 2 weeks left of that, and this is also the first week of Horror Fest 2025, along with Pop Culture Philosophers, Dylan's Horror Show, and this year One Collection Down. And we're doing, I think, one of the fucking scariest and just the best raw horror movie of all time is Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Have you ever seen it, Peter, by the way?
I have a memory of being at someone's house in middle school or high school, and it was put on for a little bit, and I don't remember finishing it. So we either turned it off or I left.
Got to get to the end. It's one of those movies that feels so low budget at times and so like, what the fuck? And, some bad acting. It's one of those you get through the end and you're like, whoa, it was fucking intense. Are you familiar with it, Eric?
I have a very similar thing to Peter. Like I definitely had I know a lot of scenes from it because I've definitely watched a lot of parts of it, but I never have sat down and watched the whole movie. Like the scene where he's dancing with the chainsaw, I think I've seen that like 5 times.
Gory Tiger, what up, my brother? Two Gun, appreciate that, man. Saying my lineup for Horror Fest. We got some bangers. We do, man. We've got some fucking heat coming at you. But all right, so that's on Thursday. Excited about that. I'll be with Stu and the Missing Link. And then tomorrow night, man, I got one movie left to watch because we're reviewing the Candyman franchise over on Pop Culture Philosophers. I've got to watch the newest one tonight, which I'm really.
How many movies are in that franchise?
Only 4. We do this every year on Robbie's channel. He always kicks it off with a franchise review. A couple years ago, we did the Texas Chainsaw Massacre franchise, and it's 10 movies, and like 9.5 of them suck balls. So this was a breeze. This is something like 10 in the.
Isn't the second one like a comedy?
Yes. Yeah.
That's wild.
I think you would like it. I think you might like it a lot, to be honest.
Is it fun? Yeah, I probably would, but that's still wild. The things I like are also just should not be produced for the masses.
It's less wacky than this. It's pretty fucking wacky, but it's more adult. It's sleazier. You know what I mean? It still keeps that like
just sleaze. So wild. The poster when they're like all, it's like they're
Breakfast Club
family fun. Yeah, it's the Breakfast Club. I'm like,
that's what it is.
Fuck.
I think that's all I have here. Oh yeah, and then shit.
Oh, look at those men.
Yeah, go check this out. Also, they had a quick chat with Robbie talking about the new Angry Orchard commercial, also known as the Jason short film Sweet Revenge. So hell yeah, man, I'm gonna get up out this bitch. I appreciate all you guys in the chat. I appreciate Spicy Red Thunder and Tiny Ash hanging out with me, and we will see you guys on Thursday for Texas Chainsaw Massacre.